You're listening to the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski,
featuring clinical and forensic psychologist Joni Johnston.
I think another interesting piece of testimony that we've seen was from Diddy himself originally, saying, I had nothing to do with this. These are all false allegations. These people are out to get money, love, and everything, he says. I mean, basically just flat out harshly denying it all. And in sometimes, defaming and saying horrible things about the victims themselves or the alleged victims themselves. And then when the hotel video comes out, pretty much confirms a lot of the things that Cassie had in her civil suit against him, like word for word. Diddy says this.
I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. And going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
What should anyone walk away from that video feeling, especially the people that he has victimized?
I think they're going to be, pretty darn skeptical about how genuine he is. Because look, people can make mistakes. They can make horrible mistakes. Mm-hmm. People can be sorry for what they do. But I think one of the things you can't get away from is the timing of this apology. So if you're truly sorry about something that you've done, maybe you were under the influence of drugs and alcohol. We can think of lots of reasons somebody might attribute their behavior to, as horrendous as that video is. I'm not going to make any excuses for the behavior on that video because there is no excuse for it. But let's just say this person has, I'm a different person now. I've learned or whatever. Then we should see this reflected in your behavior from that point on.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're defaming other people, that you're talking trash about other people, that you're denying other things that you've done, that you denied this, it just completely undermines, anything that you're saying now.
Yeah. He certainly has a credibility problem. And I don't know that he can really recover from any of this at this point. But let's talk about that idea of apologizing, of saying, look, I was a horrible person, whatever made me do this. And he was at his rock bottom, blah, 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 but I've changed. I'm better. Does that ever really happen with someone who's capable of doing these sort of things? I mean, it seems to me kind of like you're capable of stomping on a woman at some point in your life, and tons of people have made this allegation against you. So there seems to be a trend of this that you tend to do when you're in a relationship with a partner. I don't know. Some of these things they don't really seem that fixable or that they're ever truly going to change their heart to believe that that's not what they should be doing.
I have to say I'm somewhat of an optimist.
Yeah.
I guess it serves me well being in my job. But I have worked with many offenders.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work at a maximum security prison, and I deal with individuals who've been convicted of violent offenses regularly. I have seen people change. I have seen people who've done horrendous things, particularly in their adolescence and young adulthood, that they are now 40 years old, 45 years old, and they are different people. But I will tell you, they have done a tremendous amount of work to get from where they were to where they are now. It's not something that just happens just because you get older.
Yeah.
And so I do believe that people can change, they can learn, they can grow, they can, make amends, they can do all kinds of things. But again, it's not something that just happens because you get older. And you also would expect to see some things along the way. So, what good has this person done? How is this person treating, women now? I mean, there's all kinds of markers and measures we would need to see to give credibility to those kind of statements.
And he's certainly far from his adolescence. He's in his early 50s now. And we've just seen this trend continue, if not escalate, if these allegations all turn out to be true. So getting older, not necessarily the motivation to change. But I mean, when you get caught, like this, I mean, had this video not come out, I don't see any change. The video is out. Does that make someone change when you get caught?
Well, I think it makes people sorry a lot of times, but they're sorry because they got caught.
Yeah.
You much more often, when they're apologizing in that situation, that tends to be the underlying message. Yeah, I am sorry. I'm sorry that this video is out. I'm sorry that I can't continue to deny what I've been denying for all these years. I'm sorry that there might be consequences I'm going to face now that I haven't faced for years.
It's going to be interesting to watch as all this continues and the grand jury testimony that's going to be coming up and where that leads. It's likely behind bars for Diddy, but time will tell.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.